Well, it's hard to believe it was 45 years ago today when Charles Manson and his followers carried out two nights of murders that stunned Los Angeles. Lead prosecutor Vincent Bugliosi talked with me about the case's enduring fascination decades later.
The brutality was incredible.
It was two nights of savage, high-profile murders that shocked Los Angeles the summer of 1969.
The murders were probably the most bizarre in the recorded annals of American crime.
They were callous killings ordered by Charles Manson, a controlling leader, over a small devoted group he called his family.
They were young kids from average American homes, fairly good backgrounds. Their credo was to murder as many people as they could.
Mr. Manson.
Vincent Bugliosi, Manson trial prosecutor and best-selling true crime author, describes Manson's ability to dominate control and provoke these bloody crimes.
Every member of his family, before they met him, had already dropped out of society. He reprogrammed them to be his slaves and to be his followers. So I would say that sex, drugs, and sermonizing to his family on a day-to-day basis were the main techniques he used to gain control.
Why are we still talking about Charles Manson 45 years later?
He has a charismatic personality. He's just a very evil, sophisticated con man who cleverly masqueraded behind the common image of being a hippie.
A humanity where Manson believed he could trigger an apocalyptic race war between blacks and whites.
Whatever they do is what they do.
He called it Helter Skelter, a term he took from the name of a Beatles song.
We have a weird homicide.
On August 9th, 1969, Manson ordered the killings.
5 persons, including actress Sharon Tate, were found dead.
The family members went to this Benedict Canyon home and violently murdered actress Sharon Tate, her unborn child, and 4 friends.
Among the other victims were Hollywood hairstylist Jay Sebring and coffee heiress Abigail Folger.
The next evening, they tortured and stabbed to death Lino and Rosemary LaBianca in their Los Feliz home.
The Manson family may have murdered 35 people. And they had plans to murder prominent personalities like Frank Sinatra, Liz Taylor, Richard Burton, Steve McQueen, Tom Jones.
After a 9-month trial, Manson and his followers were convicted of first-degree murder.
The very name Manson has become a metaphor for evil. He has come to represent the dark and malignant side of humanity. Some people are just bad human beings, and Manson is one of them.
Manson is serving a life sentence in Corcoran State Prison. His next chance at parole isn't until 2027. He'd be 92 years old.
At the beginning of the trial, I said, Charlie, I'm going to convict you, but I said, after you get a fair trial. And he says, Bugliosi, you know, you haven't accomplished anything at all. He says, all you've done is send me back where I came from.
Tex Watson is the only Manson family member to confess to the 7 Tate LaBianca murders. He is serving life in prison, and the Los Angeles Police Department is now investigating decades-old audio recordings between him and his attorney.